Hello, everyone. Hello again. Thank you for being tonight here in the cooking class with me. I am very grateful. And my name is Chef Dulce Jimenez, and this class is sponsored by Healthy Mothers, Healthy Baby. And tonight we're going to recreate leftovers that we all have in the kitchen, in the refrigerator, maybe some chicken leftover, some salad, whatever meat you have. And we're going to make some egg rolls and unfried fried rice. Really better than takeout, believe me. Let's start right away. You can put your view in gallery and you have two screens. You have my screen here and also the food in here, so you can see me chopping and cooking, whatever. So you have two views and a close-up. And you can ask questions and interrupt me during the class, please. This is an interactive class. We're going to be here about an hour. You don't have to have your camera on. You don't have to have your mute. So feel comfortable, sit down, have a cup of tea, coffee, soda, whatever. I hope it's not soda, but a glass of water. And let's enjoy the class. So the first thing I'm going to make is the sauce for our egg rolls. And I have here a mortar, and I'm going to match some garlic. This is gonna be the base for two things that I'm doing. I'm doing the sauce for the egg rolls. I'm going to use some garlic for the rice, and I'm going to add some cilantro here. I'm gonna make a paste of cilantro and garlic. And I'm gonna use that for a few things. And for the Asian cuisine, the basis of the cooking is garlic, scallion, ginger, and soy sauce. They use cilantro, and those are the flavorings that I'm going to be using today. And obviously soy sauce. I like to use the soy sauce that is organic and low sodium. And I also use coconut aminos. Coconut aminos are really good because they're made from coconut. They have a little bit less sodium. They're a little bit sweeter. And I like to combine half and half because they give a different flavor. And this is really good for marinade and for cooking your chicken and for seasoning your vegetables or whatever you want. So I'm matching some garlic, fresh garlic. I love fresh garlic, guys. Garlic is amazing for everything and it's anti-inflammatory. So I'm gonna have some cilantro. And this is culantro. We call it culantro. This is like a thicker leaf of the, it has the same aroma. Is a little bit more pungent than cilantro. So I'm using a little bit of both. And I'm going to make a paste. And I like everything a little bit spicy, but you don't have to. I also put a red chili or jalapeno, and I make a paste, and then I can use that paste to cook throughout. You will see me, I'm gonna use the paste like about 3 times. So I'm gonna put the garlic, the cilantro, and I'm gonna make that paste. I could put ginger as well, but my honey doesn't like ginger that much in the food. So I try not to do it. Okay. This for me only, I will do it for me. Oh my God, this aroma is amazing. Look at this. You can do this in a food processor as well. But because I'm just using a little bit, I'm doing a little bit, and I'm gonna put some chili, red chilies, and garlic. This comes already done and you can do it yourself. I'm gonna put a spoon of that. This is really spicy, so you have to be careful. And then I'm gonna mix it. This is a really nice mortar. This is a Japanese mortar, and it has like dents And then when you're mashing everything, it gets really nicely mashed and like a paste. Wow, I wish you could smell this. This is amazing. Well, I can put this in ketchup with a little bit of olive oil, even mayonnaise, and you make like a really good salad. I'm sorry, salad, dressing. So I'm going to make the sauce for the egg rolls. So I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of coconut aminos. And this is kind of the base of a vinaigrette. This sauce is really good, actually. I'm going to use all of it too, because I have like 1.5 tablespoon here. It's almost done. So I'm going to use 1.5 of that. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of soy, just 1, because the soy is very salty and pungent. This is tamari. I'm going to use 1 full tablespoon of honey. This is a sweet, tangy, and spicy sauce for the egg rolls. Okay. So I'm going to mix all this to make my sauce. And I'm going to add this seasoning that I just did. I think I was looking to the side and all the honey. Wow. Okay. I'm going to put some of this. About 1 full teaspoon of this mixture. This is also amazing. Oh, okay. And I'm going to mix it very well to dissolve the honey. And then you taste it. Like I always tell you in all my classes, taste everything. Okay. And you put it to your taste. If you like it more spicy, more garlicky, then you add more. But that's it. That's the sauce. And then you have a spoon to taste it. I don't want to use the same spoon. Wow, so good. Delicious. A little bit tangy. Maybe for my honey, I will put more honey, but for me it's good. Okay, so I'm going to make the egg rolls. This is very simple. I have leftover stew meat that I did a few days ago. And I'm going to put all the meat, the meat of half of it probably, not with all the sauce, because it's going to be too saucy. I'm going to put half of the sauce, the meat. I will see, because this is not a recipe. I will send you a recipe and you will have it. But you can put here some chicken or some ground beef or ground meat, ground turkey, or you can leave it just vegetables, right? Okay, so this is the mixture of the meat. And this is a leftover cabbage salad. This is kind of the base. It's cabbage, a little bit of carrots, has some shredded broccoli. So, but you know, almost any salad will do. It cannot be a wilted salad that you have with romaine or things like that. The cabbage is important and the carrot because it gives some structure. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of celery leaves that I have, so it's gonna give some crunchiness and tanginess. The leaves of the celery, which is very fragrant. And I'm going to put a little bit more of the cilantro leaves on top, on inside. And I'm going to mix any protein that you have, any animal protein, with the salad. This is my feeling for the egg rolls. And I have to season this, right? A little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of the sauce that I already have. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put a little bit more of the garlic. And a little bit more of the chili. And a little bit more spicy. It was kind of sweet, more sweet than anything else. So, and this sauce, I'm going to put a teaspoon in this. You don't want it too wet. You just want it moist. Okay. So you want a little bit moist, not too wet. And definitely seasoned, but the meat is already seasoned. The leftover meat that I'm using is already seasoned. And you see that I put just the right amount, so it's a good mixture. I don't have a lot of salad or too much meat and very little salad. So it has to be a right mixture. So when you get a tablespoon to put inside of your egg roll, you're gonna have a mixture of everything. So you have here cabbage, carrots, a little bit of broccoli, some herbs, some peppers, some red onions that was inside of the salad. You know, if you see that you have more red onion, you can add a little bit more red onion, or you can add a little bit more of, say you have a leftover cabbage salad like me. And then it doesn't have a lot, then you can put a little bit more. But you don't have to be, you know, chopping and cutting vegetables. So look at the, you know, it's the right amount of like everything. A little bit of salad, a little bit of meat. Make sense? Okay. So now this is super simple, guys. Egg rolls is the most simple thing in the world. The rolls or the wraps are already obviously pre-made. These come vegan or regular with the egg. Actually,
me say, me buy one remote. And the remote now work with this a TV, yeah?
So these are amazing egg roll wraps. The key is not to let them dry. So when you keep them, you always keep them in the refrigerator. You use it within a week of purchasing it. And what you're gonna do is simply put your piece of egg roll or wrap in square, and you're gonna wet all the corners. So it's sealed. And I'm gonna turn on the oil. This is avocado oil. And it should be about 350 degrees. If you don't have a thermometer, just ensure it's hot enough but not smoking, because you don't want the the egg rolls to burn before they're cooked, right? So it needs to be about medium high. I'm gonna start putting it in medium high so it start getting hot. So I'm gonna take 1 spoon of my mixture, really good spoon and a half. So I wanna make sure I have meat and I have vegetables and I have everything, right? Now, I'm gonna get the corner close to me and I'm gonna push it to the middle and I'm gonna push the filling a little bit so it gets tight. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. Then I'm gonna close the side right there. And then I'm gonna close the other side. And here, I'm gonna close it a little bit, and then I'm gonna roll it. So seeing the second screen, and I'm gonna roll it, and that's it. I'm gonna pinch it, make sure it's closed, but you see how good it closed with the water? That's it, guys, that's an egg roll. We already have the first one. I'm gonna make about 4. So again, one more time. You get your egg roll wrap. You water the sides just a little bit.
Yeah.
And you put 1.5 teaspoons in the middle of whatever filling you have, preferably cabbage, some carrot. It could be ground beef, ground turkey, chicken, or just vegetarian. Whatever leftover you have, you just have to chop it very well. So it's a nice, mixture. And you put a little bit of the sauce. So I'm gonna push it so it's tight. And I'm gonna close the sides. I'm gonna close the other side. Then I'm gonna roll it. And if I see that it has a lot of wrap hanging, I'm gonna keep closing it. So close it, and that's it. Second one. Whoa, this is hot. I'm gonna lower it. Yeah, I can feel the heat. I'm gonna check with my thermometer. If you have a thermometer, but if not, just make sure it's hot. When you put your hand on top, you know it's gonna be very hot. So it's about, you can deep fry it, but I think it's a waste of oil, honestly. Yep, it's already 350. I knew it was pretty hot. So I'm lowering the fire because I don't want it to be burned. And I'm gonna start frying them. So I'm gonna fry them seam side down, right? Always drop everything away from you, seam side down, away from you, okay? And we're gonna put the timer, 4 minutes. So this is gonna be cooking for 4 minutes, but the trick is I'm going to start rolling them around because they get, look at this, they get color right away. So I'm going to, within those 4 minutes, I'm gonna start rolling them around so they cook and they get color from all sides. at this, how cool. I hope my phone doesn't fall in the hot oil. I hope this thing works. Okay, so I'm gonna go and I'm going to cook them all around. Okay, I'm gonna give color all around it, in the corners, and it's also like sealing. Oh, not sealing. Making sure the filling is not coming out. Okay. Do this with very, very careful. And also the good thing about these wraps are that you can bake them in the oven. But in the oven is about 25 minutes, 400 degrees, and you need to put a pot of hot water so there's steam inside the oven. So we almost have 4 minutes. See how fast, you see how fast this cooks? I'm gonna get a longer, I have a longer tongue here because I don't want to burn myself. If you dump it in a deep fryer, or you can put it in a deeper pot, you can just dump them and cook them there, but I don't like to do that. I think it's a waste of oil because I don't fry a lot. This is very seldom. So I'm gonna take them out already. Then you put them in a paper towel. They have great colors. You want them with a lot of color. Where is the? You can see them here. Okay, you want them just like that. Now I'm gonna cover this, and I'm gonna turn it off. Because that hot get really, really hot. Okay. Hello, whoever is joining now, please make sure you put your name in the chat. Thank you for putting your name. I want to make sure I get your attendance, so I'm going to make a few more. Usually you leave it for 4 minutes, but I took it out a little bit before because they already have a good color. If they already have a good color, then take them out before 4 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to make a few more so you can see them. So I'm going to moist the corners so they seal with a little bit of water. And I'm going to get about 2 tablespoons or 1.5 tablespoons of the filling, whatever you're choosing. So it's 1, about a half. Okay, and now again, so we're going to do the corner close to you, pull it to the middle, push the filling a little bit in, and tuck it in so it's tight. Then you grab the corners and you fold the corners in, both corners, like this, right? You have like an envelope. Now you're going to start rolling, but if you see that they have a lot of wrap on the side, you roll that too. And then you go boom, 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 and you close it. Boom, and it's sealed. So easy. That's it. Okay, one more. Make sure you have some paper towel or little towel close to you. So you clean your hands. I think I have feeling for one more. Let me see. Yeah. So you can do this with a very, very little leftovers because I thought I was going to use all the beef and I didn't have to. Maybe I can chop. I have more cabbage there. Maybe I can put more cabbage and mix it with the rest of the meat and some herbs and maybe some onions, and then I create more filling. But I was not in the mood of cooking more today. So again, I pull the corner, I tuck it in, and then I close the sides very well. Pull in the sides, then close it, and if you see it has a lot of the wrap, you close it again, and then you roll it, and you have it. One more. These are like pasta wrap. You can make wontons, filled wontons with this. You can make raviolis. You just have to make it a little bit smaller. You can cut it in half and make little raviolis, and you steam, you boil them. You can fill them with cheese or tomato, whatever you want. And you can make little raviolis. This is and this one is vegan, but you can get the pasta with the egg, made with egg. That's why it's called egg roll. But I like the vegan one. It's a little bit less heavy than the other regular wrap, because the other one is like you're eating pasta. Okay, so I'm done with this. I use all my salad and half of the meat. I'm gonna put a little bit more of cilantro, maybe a few peppers in there. This feeding was a little bit, didn't have a lot of salad, so I'm gonna put a few of the sprouts in there. Okay, so now I'm gonna tuck it in and then close it on the sides. You see it's a little bit watery. I don't want that. So that has a lot of sauce from the juice of the meat. So I'm gonna dry that out. I don't want that because you don't want it too wet. So I'm gonna close it on the sides. Again, I'm gonna close it on the side, and if it breaks, you tuck it in with a little bit of the same pasta wrap. This one broke a little bit, so try to tuck it in if that happens. This one opened a little bit. It was too wet. This is what not to do. If it's too wet, it will break, because this is like pasta. Okay, I'm gonna get that out. But you can close it with your fingers and then with the wrap. Okay. And wrap it again. Okay. I kind of close it. There. What happened was when it's too watery, it's gonna splash a lot in the oil. So I need to make sure it's not too saucy. Wow, that one was pretty saucy. What happened? It was the last batch of the filling, that's why. Okay. I'm going to fry the last three. Same side down. I'm going to cover with this because that's going to splash a lot. And I'm going to put the timer for 4 minutes. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take this out to prepare for the rice. This is a very convenient cover when you're frying or cooking. It's really good to stop the splashing. Now I'm gonna start moving it around. So I cook it all over. Okay. Any questions so far? It is quite easy, right? And you can use whatever fillings you have at home. Okay. I'm going to keep rotating it on the sides. Guys, this is better. I already did some this afternoon for my honey and for lunch. And I wanted to use it a photo for the cooking class invitation. This is better than that PSN or I like ones that they sell in Cheesecake Factory. These are better. But of course, you're making it with leftovers that is a meal that you already have cooked. So that meat has already other flavors in it. And so if you use it with leftover meat or turkey or whatever you have at home, it's gonna be awesome because you're gonna have that delicious feeling already inside. You can make it from scratch, make some ground beef or ground turkey and feel it out. Just make sure the feeling is cold. It has to be cold. Okay. So I'm making sure it's well cooked all around. And this will take about 3.5 to 4 minutes. Because obviously it's always cooked inside, so you don't need to cook anything inside. This is just to give some color. See, this is already has a good color, so I'm gonna take it off. Wow, that one is flooding a lot because of the liquid. Okay, we're done with it. Awesome. I don't like to fry at all. I hate frying, but I didn't want to wait 30 minutes for the ones in the oven to make. Because you do need, if you're gonna put this in the oven, it's about 30 minutes. And they're amazing. What I do is I like to give them a little bit of color in the pan with not even with nothing, with no oil. And then I put them in the oven and finish cooking in the oven. So these are done. And please, 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 you need to wait for them to cool down very well before biting into them. because that's gonna be pretty hot. Put it in paper towel so they are not too greasy. Okay. Awesome. We're done with the egg rolls for tonight. I always like to decorate it a little bit. Put some decorations in it. You know, we eat with our eyes. So when you put some color in your plate, people start salivating, you know? So you put the sauce. Okay. Wow. I am sure you're gonna love this. I am sure, because it has this, and this sauce is sweet and spicy and tangy and garlicky. It's amazing. So I'm gonna put it on the side and we're done with that. And I'm gonna cook the rice very quickly. This is a very quick recipe. And the most important thing about the fried rice is to have everything ready. You get to have absolutely everything ready. Let's put this in here. So let me see where you can see it right there. Okay. We bring all the ingredients so you can see it. You know, if you can see it there. I'm going to show you. So we have rice. The rice should be old. This is rice from yesterday, and it has to be cold. I have more in here just in case I need some more, but it's about 2 cups of the rice. I have also leftover chicken that I chopped. Is some chicken thighs that I had left over. I have some aromatics, which is some peppers and some onions and a little bit of carrot. I had a carrot there that I used for the salad, and there was a little bit, and I put it in there. I have some celery and celery leaves, a mixture of some spices. I have garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, coriander, ginger, and turmeric. So I have about a teaspoon of each, and I mix it. Actually, the turmeric is just a quarter of a teaspoon, and that gives some color to the rice. Okay, so I'm gonna have that mixture there. I have some cilantro and scallions, but I couldn't find any scallions. I didn't have any scallions. This is a weird ingredient, but trust me, I learned this from an Asian chef. He put lettuce, and I love it because I always have some lettuce left over at the end of the week. So I use lettuce for my rice, and we're gonna have some sprouts. These sprouts go back really bad. So I did bought these sprouts today because I wanted to put it in my fried rice. So these sprouts, I usually buy them the day I'm gonna use them because I knew I have so many things left over. Then I'm going to have to buy the sprouts. And I'm gonna have one egg because this is a chicken fried rice. I'm just using one egg. If I'm not putting chicken and just is vegetarian, I will put 2 or maybe even 3 eggs. But I'm just gonna put 1 egg in this one and I'm gonna beat it a little bit. And I'm gonna put a tiny drop of the soy sauce. I'm gonna have a drop of soy sauce in my egg. Really, really a drop. Okay. So as I said before, the important thing is to have all your ingredients already prepared because you're gonna just mix and have everything ready. Okay. Usually fried rice is done with a lot of oil, but that's not the way I do. This is an unfried. Right? I'm not gonna put a lot of oil. The only thing I'm gonna put is a little bit of avocado oil. Just a little bit, and I put some chicken stock. And if you have been in my classes, I always use chicken stock or water to cook the aromatics. So I'm gonna have the onions, the peppers, the carrot, and the celery. That's the first thing I cook. The last thing you add in a fried rice is the rice. And I'm gonna add the celery. And the sprouts and the lettuce is at the end as well. Okay, those things. So I'm gonna cook the aromatics first. And I'm gonna put a little bit, where's my, okay. Remember the mixture that I did for the sauce? This is also non-traditional, but I saw a chef doing this, actually an Asian chef. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of butter in my garlic mixture. Remember I did that garlic mixture with cilantro at the beginning for the sauce? So I'm gonna mix my butter there, and at the end, I'm gonna put that tablespoon of butter in my fried rice. That's gonna be like the oil and the fat that you're gonna need to make that rice moist. Okay, so I'm gonna cook this at high heat, making sure it doesn't dry out. So I'm gonna put more chicken stock if I see that it's drying out because I want to cook well. And I'm gonna mix my butter with that mixture. I'm gonna grab all the garlic and all the yumminess in there because I'm gonna put that in the rice at the end. Oh, I'm gonna make this garlicky. Oh, guys, that is so amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna season the veggies with half of the mixture. I use the mixture, maybe I don't use it all. I use it a little bit at the beginning with the vegetables and then a little bit with the rice. And again, if I see that it's dry now, I put a little bit of chicken stock. See, the colors are beautiful. We with our eyes, digestion starts when we start looking at the food, when you're cooking at home, when your family is smelling the aromas, they're already salivating and the digestion starts there. So please guys, ensure you write your name, whoever joined at the end. I know there was one person that joined a little bit later. Please make sure you put your name. Let me put this a little bit up here. So, and you want to cook it until just al dente, like just soft. You know, when the onions are like sweating, you can see them transparent. You don't want to cook this too much neither, because I'm going to keep cooking it with the rice. And again, guys, never allow it to dry. But what people do usually, people start putting oil and oil and oil. You don't need to put oil. You can put oil a little bit, just a little bit of oil, a touch, and then you keep putting water or chicken stock. But water is fine too, because you're putting a lot of flavors with all these vegetables and the onions and the peppers and the cilantro and the celery. So, and all those spices that I'm putting there. Okay. So I'm gonna add my chicken. This is about 1.5 cups of chopped chicken. This, I think I did this chicken steam with some garlic and maybe some soy sauce, and I have it there. Like I have, yeah, it was like two chicken thighs. Okay. This is cooked. So the chicken is cooked. I just wanted to marry with the flavors. Right? This is so nice and so flavorful and so colorful. I'm gonna put a little bit more, just a tiny more. Notice that I haven't used any salt, because we're using soy sauce. I'm just using pepper. But I like pepper. I like everything a little bit spicy. So I'm making sure this is well cooked before I add the rice. So, okay. When you put the rice, it's very quick. Very, very quick. You can add green peas, you can add ham. My honey likes it with ham, but I can't eat pork. But if it's for him, sometimes what I do is I chop the ham, I make the whole rice, I put it on the side, and I cook the ham alone, and then I just put ham for him. So you can do that as well. Ham is really good in the fried rice. Now, my rice is all rice, is cold, and now I'm gonna put it. And instead of keep adding oil, like this usually, you try to, you know, take all those clumps of rice. I think I'm gonna need more rice. It's too much stuff. So you need to have a balance as well. You know, you don't want more of the ingredients on this rice. So I'm gonna put another cup of rice. And I'm gonna put a little bit more of the chicken stock. So I don't want the rice to stick. Okay. So it's about 4 cups of rice. Yeah. So now I'm gonna do this like 1 tablespoon at a time, not a lot. I'm gonna put about 1 tablespoon of, and I'm gonna put very little bit of the avocado oil, because again, this is, you know, healthy cooking, guys. But honestly, you don't need it, because at the end, I'm gonna put a tablespoon of garlic butter, and this is only to prevent the rice to stick. When people make it in a wok, they usually put a lot of oil. the wok, if you have a wok, it's better. I have mine, but mine I need to put a lot of oil. If not, it gets stuck. I need a better wok. But in the wok is really cool to make it. So awesome. Now, this is almost done. I'm gonna add the lettuce, the sprouts, the herbs. I'm gonna lower the fire and I'm gonna put a little bit more of the chicken stock and another tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of the soy sauce. Now I'm gonna mix everything. Okay. Now this is awesome. Now I'm gonna put this 1 tablespoon of the garlic mixture with the cilantro. That will finish really nice flavor in my rice. I'm gonna put another tablespoon of stock and another tablespoon of the soy sauce. Wow, the smell is amazing. Now you want to dry it a little bit. That's why you have to do it little by little. You don't want it too wet with the soy sauce or too wet with the stock or too greasy. So to have that balance, that's why I put things little by little. And at the end with that butter, ooh, it gives that nice silky texture in the rice. This is so amazing. Smells so amazing. I wish you're here to try it. Okay, so you notice that I didn't put the egg, right? So usually what I do is I cook the egg separately and then I cut it in strips and then I put it in the rice. Because if I put it with the rice there, sometimes it's thick and then it makes a mess, or sometimes you just put it in. And what it's gonna do is gonna also give more moisture to the rice. So you can do it either way. Wow, this is hot. I forgot that this pan gets really hot. So what I'm going to do, I can put the rice in there with a little bit of the avocado oil. And I'm gonna put the rice in there, the egg, and scramble it a little bit. Well, what the egg does is that gives moisture to the rice and silkiness. So I'm scramble the egg right there. And now I'm gonna mix it. See? With the rice. So sometimes I do it separately and then I add it already like a tortilla or like an omelette. And sometimes I just dump the egg right there. So it depends. Okay. So that is the on-fried fried rice. On fry because I'm not frying it for really. I'm just making the same technique like if I were frying, but without the oil, the big amount of oil. Okay. Now, to be careful with this. Let me just taste it. I never take anything out of the stove without tasting it. Need to make sure it's have flavor and taste a little bit. It's perfect. I can taste the garlicky. I can taste the cilantro, the onion. I can taste a little bit of the soy. Oh, wow. It's fabulous. And now I'm going to plate some of it in a bowl. Oops. A little bit of everything. And you can use whatever you have in the fridge. Oh, this is a comfort food for me. And then you put your your little, how you call this? Chinese Chinese sticks. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's take this out of here. So that's it, guys. That's today's class. Guys, open your mic and tell me. So what do you think? You like it? It's something that you can do? Open your microphone. Share what you think. I'd like to hear from you. Tell me, guys. Oh, everybody's very quiet today. Today's Friday. Come on.
Hi, Dulce, Samantha. She's amazing. I'm starving. I want to go and cook something right now.
You're starving?
For sure, I'm gonna
Now
try.
you grab some rice. You have some rice at home?
Not right now. I think I'm gonna cook some for tonight, and then tomorrow I can do that for the dinner.
Awesome. Yes, it's very easy. It's just mixing everything. Just make sure you have everything on hand, because that's what is important, to have everything chopped and you know, that you have everything in your hands.
Yes.
Look at this. How amazing is this? Fried rice, egg roll, and let me put this up a little bit. I can't hear you. Thank you, guys. So this is it on fried rice, egg rolls with a tangy and sweet sauce. Thank you for being here with us. I'm going to stop the recording, but we can stay talking a little bit if you have any questions. And feel free.